Welcome in, my beautiful Virgos. So beautiful to have you with me today. Thank you for watching my video and showing up for me in a big way. This message is for Sun, Moon, and Rising placements in the sign of Virgo. So if you have those placements, this message may be for you. Keep in mind that not all the messages may resonate because this is a general reading for whomever is a Leo, and not a one-on-one reading, which is more geared towards specific information towards you. If you're interested in doing a deeper dive as to what's going on with you and your life, I do provide private readings. My details are in the description box below, or you can go to dawnwilliamstarot.com and you can find my pricing and availability. Okay, so if you're brand new to my channel, you've never watched me before, I would really love it if you would subscribe to my YouTube channel because I am going to start doing live readings on YouTube, and that will give you an opportunity to come in and ask some personal questions about yourself. Some people are really don't want a full-blown reading. Sometimes they just need a specific question answered. So this is your opportunity to be able to come in and ask a question, and I will answer your question live, okay? So if you are a subscriber, you will be notified as to when those live videos will be coming on, because I usually post them on my channel, and I will also, it will notify you when I do go live. Okay, so today's reading is for career and money path for the next 4 weeks. Spirit has been saying that there's a lot of changes happening on the planet right now. Some companies are closing doors, so people are getting displaced. If that's your situation, I wish you the very best moving forward on your career path, but let's pull some cards and find out what's going on with you specifically, Virgo, in your career and money path, okay? If you are new, I typically do speak at the beginning of the reading. I pull your cards, I take myself off screen so we can just focus on the cards. And then towards the end after I've read your tarot cards, I pull myself back onto the screen and I pull more cards from these 2 additional decks. Now, these are oracle cards where typically when I do your reading, I read tarot. But these oracle cards both of these cards are dedicated to career and money path. This one is also about life path. And this one is specifically for money and career, okay? And I will be pulling cards from each of these decks as well. So let's get started, okay? If you have not already done so, please reach up there and click that like button. Okay, so I'm going to give a little bit more of a shuffle. Spirit, higher selves, prime creator source, what do our Virgos need to know in this moment, as of today, moving forward for the next 4 weeks in their career and money path? What is for their highest and best outcome? What information will glean them the best path forward? Ooh, look at that. Lovely card. 10 of Pentacles is all about the money, and that does represent our Virgo earth energy, doesn't it? I'm not going to accept that as a card, though, but it is lovely that it poked out. So let's see if it does show up in your actual reading, Virgo. Okay, so here we go. Let's split the deck. And your first card is the Judgment card. I pulled that card for myself today. And then your second card is Ace of Pentacles. New options are coming in, definitely about money. So that's really positive. 7 of Wands. Uh-oh, 3 of Swords. We'll see what that's about. And the 3 of Pentacles. I actually like the 3s in the deck. 3s to me always represent teamwork, working together as a team. Okay, let me get my glasses on. Okay, so your first card is the Judgment card. Now, the Judgment card is a huge awakening card. There is something coming in that is just kind of going to blow your socks off. Now, and it could represent anything it represent anything because you're all going to have different experiences in what's happening for you. But for me, this right here is Archangel Gabriel blowing their horn to wake up and enlighten and bring spiritual awareness of some level to you. Now, this is my spiritual awakening card. But also, the Judgment card is also a card about seeing things with a new set of eyes. It may be that you're really evaluating where it is that you want to put your time and your energy in order to, sustain your life. Maybe you went to school and you went through years of training, and you're recognizing and realizing that your chosen field during that time that you decided, oh, I'm going to be a doctor, or I'm going to be a lawyer, or I'm going to be a dental hygienist, or I'm going to be a massage therapist, whatever it is, you're realizing that maybe that isn't really truly where your heart lies. And for some of you, that may be a big revelation. It's like, oh my gosh, I spent so much money on my education, and then I found out that I absolutely hate this line of work. Now, I'm not saying that's the situation for all of you, but that is energy that I'm feeling, and I'm picking it up. And where am I feeling that energy? I'm feeling it right in my gut. That is where it's residing. So in that gut area. So I feel as though it's resonating for some of you. Now, if that is the case, maybe there is something that you can do that is in alignment with what it is that your chosen field is, that will allow you to still utilize your education and move forward. Maybe instead of being in practice, maybe you can become a teacher and teach others the skill set that you have learned. Maybe it's a situation where there's different options for you as to what you can do. Maybe you will decide that you want to go out and speak to students that are thinking about directions that they may want to go. For high school students or something like that, where you're a speaker and you say, I spent, $100,000 on my education. And then after I got out of school, I realized this was not my dream job. So it could be a thing where you're going to be educating others. I feel as though there's this enlightening kind of a situation. So not only does it mean enlightenment for you, meaning that you're recognizing some things that no longer align with your path, right? And it's okay to make those changes. Even if you spent all that money on your education, I know a bunch of people who spent money on their education and then decided that was not the path they wanted to do. My daughter was one of those. She went to school and got her psychology degree. She wanted to work with children. And then after she started working with children, she decided, nope, that's not the direction I want to go. So she went back to school and got her nursing degree, right? So she got a bachelor's in nursing. So now she's a nurse. So those things happen. And if that's the case, and even if it is a thing where you're like, oh my gosh, all this money that I've spent on my education, you have to look at it as an investment in yourself. It's an investment in your learning process. Is it an expensive investment? Potentially, but that also allows you to recognize you have completed things that many other people have not. You have walked a path that many other people have not walked. Whatever the situation is, though, I feel as though revelation is coming towards you. And I feel that you will be sharing those epiphanies with other people to help them by being the leader that you are. This is a major arcana. I do feel as though whatever the situation is. Now, the other thing that I'm picking up that Spirit is just sharing with me also is those people who have invested their money through their lifetime, because we were always given that pipe dream, especially here in the United States, that you always want to invest in, for your retirement. Well, come to find out now, our retirements are not quite as lucrative as they made us believe them to be, meaning that now we're having problems with our stock market. Now we're having problems with the 401k situations that they had us build. And, with the crash of the potential, but the potential crash of the fiat dollar, the stock market may go down. That may be one of those institutions that goes. What do you do with the money that you have invested in that? A lot of people are looking for other ways to invest their money. So some people are looking at the crypto, Bitcoin market. Some people are looking at investing all of their money in real estate. Some people are, so there's all these options. And I feel as though some people are having some big realizations and wake up calls as to what they should be doing next. The first thing I'm going to say is don't panic. Really think about your options before you decide to do any major changes. What I will say is that your next step is opportunities are coming towards you. This is associated with a new job, new career. So those of you who are looking for a job, I feel as though there's opportunities here. However, you do have to take action. It isn't going to land in your lap. So if you have not already done this, you might want to, brush up your resume, make sure that you get that resume out there. Some of you may be working with headhunters or temporary agencies that can put you in permanent placement for a role. But I do feel as though money options are coming in because this does represent money. It also represents health. So it could also be an investment in your health. It could be that some of you are going to be getting some information. This is kind of like a side thing because I know this reading is about money and career, but the Pentacles does represent our health. So some of you may be finding some answers to lifelong problems that you might be suffering with for a long time. Maybe they're going to come up with something as a new solution for you to be able to regain your health. So whatever this represents, it's going to represent something different for all of you. But for me, what it also talks about is the potential of increasing your wealth, increasing a new role, a new job of some kind. And I do feel as though this opportunity is going to be coming towards you, and that when you get this opportunity, you are then going to have to take some type of action in order to make it a realization for yourself. Now, what's in your obstacles position is the Seven of Wands. Now, typically the Seven of Wands is my card of defending yourself or feeling as though you need to defend your position, or you need to defend yourself, really. Because if you look at him, he's on top of this hill. And he's got these people that are trying to knock him off his hill. And basically what this is saying is this is your opportunity to stand in your personal power. This is a time for you to be able to stand in your sovereignty. However, this is in your obstacles position. So you might not be feeling strong enough to defend your position. If you are going for an interview, you always want to make sure that you put your best foot forward and that you really speak to your gifts, to your talents, to your abilities. And I feel as though what this card is really saying is that even though you may be feeling as though you have done a really good job up to this point, that what you're going to really want to do is you are going to want to champion those gifts that you have. Maybe speak to where you have saved the company money, where you have brought some resolution of some kind to this company, so that you would be the obvious choice, for them to make for you to move into this role. Now, in your strengths position, you have the Three of Swords. Some of you are healing. Some of you have some kind of a loss. So when I see this card specifically in a career and money situation, some of you may have lost money. Some of you may have lost money in the stock market. Some of you may have lost money in Bitcoin or some of those other, and I don't know anything about those markets. I just didn't dive into them because they were too new for me. They weren't established, and I wasn't really willing to take the risk. So it feels as though some of you may be recovering from something that you felt was a risky situation. The other thing that this represents, though, is the healing process. So if you have lost a job, or if you have been laid off of a job, or you have, the company that you have worked for has folded, this is an opportunity for you to heal and do some really deep assessment as to where you want to put your energy next, right? Now, this is in your strengths position. It may be a thing where you are the employer, you are looking for someone to fill a role, and this is the situation that has happened to an individual. And my guidance to you and what Spirit is saying is that even if you get resumes of people who are not currently in a job, that are looking for work, keep in mind that there's so many circumstances that would cause someone to be unemployed in that moment. It could be that they are dealing with helping someone in their family, like as a caretaker situation, or somebody's going through cancer and they couldn't work because they're helping, with the person, get them through their treatment, those types of things. So there's a lot of things that go on. So my message that I'm wanting to share with you is for those of you who are in the situation of hiring other people, keep in mind until you talk to them and you can verify the details of what it is that they share with you. Keep an open heart, okay? Because we all have situations in our lives that are difficult for us, and sometimes we just need an open heart and a helping hand to bring us to our next to our next place on our path. The next card we have is the Three of Pentacles. So I do feel, so again, we have the Three of Pentacles, again, more Pentacles energy, which is in alignment with our earth signs here, Virgo. This to me is teamwork. It feels as though some of you will be working on teams that you're going to be putting in that energy in your teamwork. Others of you may be in a situation where you are your own contractor, meaning that you have your own business, you do contracting business, and it feels as though more projects are going to be brought forward to you because you have done an excellent job. People recognize your hard work. They appreciate your attention to detail, and you're going to have people lining up to want to get your services. The other thing that I'm picking up is for those of you who are team members and working on a team, putting your best foot forward, I feel as though you're going to be getting recognition for those efforts as well. Threes to me are very creative. They're about thinking outside of the box. It's about adopting new points of view. But the Pentacles, of course, has to do with building your physical security. So it feels as though some of you may have an opportunity to get an increase in salary or payment of some kind. And that is what I have for you. So let me bring myself back on view, and we're going to pull your last few cards to finalize your reading. And we start with the roll of the dice. Time to put yourself out there. You are hiding your talents. And it's time to take a risk and step into the spotlight now. I actually really like this card, especially if it's a situation where you have lost a job and you're healing from losing that job. It's really difficult to us because we're feeling beings. Everything affects us emotionally. Even the most staunch people that have really built a beautiful wall around themselves, they do get affected, whether they show it outwardly or not. They do feel it on the inside. So if this is your situation, It's telling you now is your time. Put out those resumes, put them out as often as you can. Sign up with as many temp agencies as you can, or employment agencies as you can. Get your name out there, network, right? Get your name out there. Talk to people that you know that are working in companies doing the thing that you would like to do. And start taking that action, right? Because that's exactly what that Ace of Pentacles is talking about. You're going to have this opportunity come in, but you have to move towards that opportunity. It's not going to just plop into your lap. Okay, connections. Here we go. Build bridges between people. Contact those who can help you. Your actions set you up for the next opportunity. This is exactly what I was just saying. So this is reaffirming what I was just saying. Very good. Now we're going to pull from the Indigo Goddess, prospects. Securing your future. Spend wisely, or wise spending. Speculation, acquire, compound, and fund. So a lot of this has to do with your prospects, have to do with really looking at those various different areas as to where you could potentially move yourself. So I've always been an admin my whole life. And I started out in smaller companies. And then when I moved to the Boston area, I was able to move into biotechnology. And it was probably one of the smartest things that I did, because biotechnology, of course, hires PhDs. And in order for PhDs to want to go to a company, they typically have to have a very decent package in terms of benefits and salary and all of those things. So I started following those PhDs, wanting to work for them and supporting them, which is exactly what I did. And it was, and this is kind of that message that I'm saying. Really researched, find out what is it that's important to you. If you really need good benefits because you have children, or you're putting your kids through college or school or whatever it may be. Those are things that you might want to be considering and looking at those companies that have that good benefit package for you, right? Okay, service, thrive in community, similar goals, do your part, benefits for all, and sweet life. So for me, the B always reminds me of my mom, because my mom's name was Beatrice, and we used to always call her B. So this reminds me of my mother, but it's in service to others. I feel as though when you are in service to others, when you can give from your heart space, when you can come from gratitude, I feel as though the whole world opens up for you, Virgo. And I probably have shared this same message with you multiple times in many of your readings, but I do feel as though there is really good opportunities coming to you, especially for those of you who may have found yourself in a situation where you have currently lost a job, or you have currently lost some sort of income. Now, I just got this vision. And typically when spirit talks to me, they drop pictures in my mind. So I have to close my eyes and see exactly the details of what it is. But what they were sharing with me is that some of you may have lost a partner. And that partner may have been on Social Security, or have some kind of a pension or something like that. And if it's a situation where that it is a loss, and their Social Security was much higher than maybe what your Social Security is, you are allowed to speak to the Social Security office and get their level of benefit because they have passed. So when a spouse has passed, you're able to transition that Social Security benefit to you. So if that touches you, that's something that Spirit is wanting me to tell you to follow up on. Okay. Okay, so that is your reading for this round, Virgo. It doesn't look too bad. It looks actually pretty good. There are setbacks for a few of you, not every one of you. It does feel as though markets are going to be opening up in terms of placement of where your money is going to be coming in. I don't see a direct connection, because all of you are going to be placing your money in various different opportunities. But I do feel as though some other things are going to be opening up for us soon. So let's keep the faith. I hope that you do very well in your career and money investments. And I hope that if you are interviewing, that your interviews go very well. So until next time, take very good care of yourself. Thank you so much for watching this video. And I will be back with you soon. Cheers.